Outrage on local talk radio following a Project Baltimore report.
What is the recidivism rate? What kind of risk are we placing kids in?
A Baltimore City judge ends probation after just 1 year for a juvenile rapist, allowing the teenage sex offender to return to school in person.
Parents are saying, what the hell?
Now, Project Baltimore is learning more about Judge Charles Bloomquist while still trying to get answers.
These are the things that we need to pay attention to. Why would you do this?
You're putting kids in danger.
Yep.
Bloomquist, according to the Maryland Manual online, served in the U.S. Peace Corps and the Maryland Army National Guard. For nearly 20 years, he worked as an assistant state's attorney in Baltimore. In 2020, he was hired as a deputy state prosecutor. In 2022, former Governor Larry Hogan appointed him to the Baltimore City Circuit Court. Later that year, he was elected to a 15-year term. Currently, he's judge in charge of the juvenile division. But in the few years Bloomquist has been on the bench, some of his rulings have been considered controversial.
Missing here is Aaliyah Gonzalez. A whole complete family. We're no longer that.
Crystal Gonzalez's 18-year-old daughter Aaliyah was killed in 2023 during the Brooklyn Day mass shooting. One of the alleged shooters that day was Tristan Jackson, who faces nearly 60 counts, including attempted murder. It's unclear which gunman shot Aaliyah, but after Jackson was arrested and charged as an adult, Judge Bloomquist, according to court documents, approved a motion to have the 18-year-old transferred to a juvenile detention facility to await trial.
It is highly unusual for something like this to occur.
Legally speaking, minors are minors and adults are adults.
Amid heavy criticism, largely from attorneys, Bloomquist reversed the decision. Court records show Jackson remains in adult jail. Now, the latest controversy surrounding Judge Bloomquist. On January 7th, according to sources close to the situation, Bloomquist ended probation after just 1 year for a 16-year-old who pleaded to a second-degree rape charge in late 2023. Bloomquist's ruling removed the teenager from the Juvenile Sex Offender Registry, allowing him to return to school in person. For the past year, sources say the teen was learning virtually in Baltimore City. Think about this. If an adult is found guilty of second-degree rape, that person faces up to 20 years in prison and is considered a Tier 3 sex offender, which requires lifetime registration on the sex offender registry. But Judge Bloomquist ended probation for this 16-year-old second-degree rapist after just 1 year. This teenager does not appear on any sex offender registry. He can return to school. And since he's a juvenile, his criminal record is sealed.
It's crazy. What world are we living in where a judge thinks that's okay?
What happened to common sense? Why would you put a convicted sex offender in a public school or allow them to attend it?
To get answers, Project Baltimore emailed Judge Bloomquist and the Maryland Judiciary. They declined to comment. So we replied, writing, "As an elected official, we respectfully ask that Judge Bloomquist reconsider and agree to an interview with Project Baltimore to address public safety concerns resulting from his decisions." The Maryland Judiciary responded in part, "Juvenile matters are confidential by statute. Judges generally cannot comment on pending or impending legal matters as they are bound by ethical rules and legal principles. In applying the law, judges must often balance possibly competing factors, including community safety considerations and the rehabilitative goals embodied in juvenile law. But the matter involving this juvenile defender is no longer pending or impending. When Judge Bloomquist ended the teen's probation, sources say he closed the case."
It's crazy. It's just dumb.
I think this deserves an answer. Somebody publicly needs, it can't be one of those things where we don't comment. Somebody needs to say something.
We have posted the Maryland Judiciary's entire statement on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Also, sources tell Project Baltimore the 16-year-old sex offender does plan to return to school for in-person learning. As that process progresses, we'll keep you updated. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore. I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.